Hi everyone and welcome to day 4 of our January challenge. So today it's a 30-minute flow class. We're working on some heart openers, so all about that back body, moving through it, and let's get started right away. So no props, just make sure you have your mat or a towel, whatever works for you. Lie down onto your belly, head facing the top of your mat. And then just allow one ear to fall to the ground. Your arms can be wherever it feels really natural here. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Seal your lips and just continue to breathe. 2 more times here. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, or if you have to look towards the screen, then that's great too. Open up your arms wide and turn your head to the left if possible. Now if you can't fully extend your arms, cactus your arms, make sure your elbows stay at your shoulders height. So we're not dropping the arms down, elbows at shoulders height. Bend your left knee, look to the left, plant your left hand under your left shoulder, and then roll onto your right side body. My braid out of the way. Good, and then from there, your left leg is gonna go up and over, and see if you can plant the foot on the right side of your mat. Now for some of my friends, that foot might not go all the way over, and that's okay. Just try to get the leg as far up and over as possible. And your left foot is going to plant down on the ground as far back as it can go. So from here, your right elbow should be at right shoulder height. I know I keep repeating that, but that's super important. I see so many times in my classes people kind of let their arms slide really low. And you want to feel a stretch in your chest and in your shoulder here, and a little bit of a twist in the spine. If you're like, this feels really good, you can press into it a little bit more, but just go as far as feels okay for your body today. For all my friends, the option is to bend your right knee as well and bring your feet to touch, creating a little diamond shape with your legs. And then if you can imagine your hips, your left hip, getting so heavy that it's getting pulled to the ground, or your left bum cheek being so heavy it's getting pulled to the ground. And if it feels good, you can reach your left arm up and back. So sometimes it kind of hangs out in limbo back here. If you can, and if your right arm is extended, you can interlace your hands. I know there's so many instructions for this one, but if you got lost, just look towards me and I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Okay. So we want to be feeling that opening in the shoulders and the chest continuously here. One more breath, inhale. Ooh, and exhale very gently, make your way back to center. Good. All we're doing is switching sides right away. So extend that left arm or cactus the left arm. Right hand plants, right knee bends. Look to the right, lift that right leg up, roll onto your left side body, and then see if that right foot can plant on the ground behind you. And then you can take it super slow, right? So little steps, and then you keep pressing a little deeper into it once you feel settled. So here's that option to bend your left knee and bring your feet to create a little diamond shape. Let the heaviness of your right hip, your right glute, your right knee fall towards the ground. And then you can also reach that right arm up and back. And you can kind of see on this side how it just hangs out. If your left arm is extended, feel free to try to interlace the hands. Breathe here. Take an inhale, and exhale very gently, make your way back to center. Legs extend back, spider your fingertips. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest up off the ground. And then roll down nice and slow. Bend your elbows and gently lower your chest down. Like you have to move through tar here. So inhale, lift, lift, lift. Press yourself up, roll through the spine. Shoulders back, head lifts last. And then exhale, the chest pulls down. Head is again the last thing to go. Once more like that. Inhale, lift up, up, up. And this time stay at the top. Drop your right shoulder towards the ground. Look to the left. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down, look to the right. Inhale, lift back up through center. Good. Exhale, melt your torso down in the middle. Plant your hands, tabletop, hands and knees. Arch your back. Inhale, look to the ceiling. And then exhale, we round and curl it in. Inhale, arch the back, looking up. Exhale, round and curl in. Once more, inhale, looking up. And exhale, we round and curl it in. Nice neutral spine, take an inhale. And then exhale, settle here, plant your hands a little firmer, lift the tailbone up and back, shift forward, bend your elbows and lower your chest and chin onto the ground. Your butt stays high. Take a second here, inhale, so gaze is forward. And then exhale, I like to tuck my toes. If you can easily slide forward, otherwise tuck your toes, slide those legs back. Interlace hands behind your lower back. Roll your shoulders and elbows back. And on your next breath, lengthen the spine, lengthen the arms, and then lift the head, lift the chest up and back. So half locust. Keep your toes down on the ground. And if you can imagine really lengthening that lower back, so your tailbone extending to the back of the mat, and then crown of the head up and forward. Breathe. Take an inhale. And exhale, we release it there. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Paddle out your legs as you need to. And trying to undulate your spine forward. So instead of just moving in a straight line to plank, to down dog, can you find movement in your back body? So guiding from the top of the spine, curl your back in here. So look towards your belly, chin and chest, really curl in, and then from there, the top of the spine, you wave forward, creating a deeper, deeper curl in the upper back until you're in a plank. And then from there, bend your knees, stick your tailbone back, and then think about someone lifting your tailbone up, up, and back. You can look forward for this one because we're arching the back. And then we chin to chest, curl and wave forward. And then arch, bend your knees, lift your tailbone up and back, down dog. So it's a very circular movement to curl forward and to wave back. Bend your knees, wave up and back. I'm going to do one more. Inhale, curl forward. I wanted to say whirl forward, kind of. Bend your knees, lift your tailbone up and back. Good. Lift your heels, look forward, bend your knees, step, hop, or walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift. And exhale, relax it down there. Feet are going to be about hips distance apart for this one. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Drop your head completely. Relax your arms completely. And then we start to ragdoll up. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. And lift by stacking each spine, one on top of the other. Slow it down.
I know there's some of you who just stood right up. We take our time, stacking, stacking, stacking. The head is the very last thing to lift up.
Whew. Roll your shoulders back at the top. Stand nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Chin to chest, ragdoll down.
So again, we release the columns of our spine. We take our time, shoulders roll forward. Then the upper back, we start to work through it. Take your time. Then we start to go through lower back. All the way down, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, and release it all the way towards the ground. Let yourself hang out here. Halfway lift,
Inhale. Exhale, plunge your hands, step back to plank. Inhale here, option to lower your knees and then chest and chin. Otherwise, chaturanga, bend your elbows. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog.
Bend your knees, feet are about hips distance apart at the back of your mat. Walk your hands towards your feet. Good, interlace hands at lower back. Take a halfway lift.
Squeeze the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, you fold it back down, lift the arms up and off the back body. Feel free to straighten those legs if that feels better for you. Otherwise, bending the knees, letting your torso rest down against the legs. Halfway lift again, inhale. Exhale, lower your hands, walk yourself out to plank. Inhale, hold. Bend your elbows, exhale, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Sliding cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana.
Lift your right leg to the ceiling, inhale. Open up your hip, bend your knee to the sky. I like to find stillness here and really sink into it. If it feels better, move that leg around, feel free to. So think about lifting that right kneecap up, sinking the left heel down. Take a look at your left foot and make sure that the toes stay facing forward, the heel stays straight back, the kneecap stays facing forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, gently step your right foot off the left edge of your mat. Turn your chest to the right. Right bicep beside the right ear. We lift up and back. Try to straighten your left leg. You stay on those right toes. Take an inhale. So this is called Wild Thing. We'll return to it. Exhale. Bring your right hand back to the ground. Three-legged down dog. Step your right foot in between the hands. Lower your left knee. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Hands can come to that right thigh to start. And then we're going to lift up a little bit here. Draw the low belly in. Hands to your lower back. Squeeze the left hip forward. Roll your shoulders back. Fingertips can face up or down. I'll leave that up to you. And then as you settle down deeper into that right leg, lift your chest up and back. Take an inhale. Use your core. Exhale, come back up. Plant your hands. Tuck your left toes. Lift the back knee and step your left foot in about a foot. Pyramid pose. So hands on blocks or earth. Try to straighten that right leg. If your hands feel really far away from the ground, you can always bring them up to your shin. It's a little more of a balance to find that, especially if you don't have those props, those blocks. It's a great assist. Lift that right hip up and back and fold the torso forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, we bend down in towards the right knee. Tuck your left knee in towards your nose. Inhale, supported warrior three. So hands are on ground or on blocks. Lift up halfway through the chest And then extend that left leg back and try to extend your right leg at the same time. So we exhale, curl and contract. Inhale, lengthen out and away. One more, exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Bend your right knee, step your left foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. Drop your left heel, windmill the arms open. Feet underneath the hands, right toes facing forward. Roll the left hip open, roll the chest open. Take an inhale, interlace hands behind the back, exhale. Squeeze your palms towards your left heel so your chest lifts up to the ceiling. And then exhale, fold to the inner edge of your right thigh. Humble warrior. Pull that right hip back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down towards the ground. Step or tuck your left shin to the top of the mat. Lower your seat. Release your feet. So you're seated, feet planted. Reach forward, take an inhale. Chin to chest, curl down, one vertebra at a time. Tuck your tailbone. Take your time. So we're going for 10, 9, 8, 7. We go for 6, 5. We're halfway. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain, but it's raining a lot today and always creates such a beautiful noise here on our building. Good, so we're lying down on our back, knees bent, feet planted. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders slightly back, lift your hips up, so tuck your tailbone to lift. And again, if you can think of our bridge here as a spinal roll, so tucking tailbone, lifting lower back, middle back. And then eventually upper back. So we're lifting the chest up. Roll your shoulders underneath you. Interlace your hands. Push into the feet. Lift up a little higher. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Let your knees rock side to side. Gentle, slow release of the spine. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock up and down the length of the spine until you come to your seat. Swing the legs back, downward facing dog. Look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees, step hop or walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, we fold it down. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, interlace hands behind the back. Slight bend in those knees, squeeze your shoulder blades back, lift the front of your hips forward, chest begins to lift up. And you can either keep your hands directly at that lower back, or you can slide the hands down, finding a back bend, looking to the back wall. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the spine back up. Lift your hands to the sky. Interlace hands behind the head, chin and chest. And then we slowly ragdoll down. Slight bend in the knees. Until you're in a forward fold, gently holding the back of your head and neck. One more breath. Release your hands, halfway lift, inhale. Step back to plank, exhale. Option to lower your knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Bend your elbows. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Feet are hips distance here. Bend your knees. Walk your hands to your feet at the back of the mat. Take a halfway lift. And exhale, fold it down. Good. Interlace hands behind the back again. Lift up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold the chest down. Lift the arms up off the back body. an inhale. Release your hands down. Exhale, walk yourself to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Bend your elbows.
Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, down dog.
Left leg lifts to the ceiling. Inhale. Open up your hip, bend your knee, and stack it on top. Right knee facing forward. Option to find movement with that left leg or stillness. Make sure that right kneecap stays forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, let your left leg fall behind you to the right side of your mat. Wild thing, straighten your right leg, lift your left arm up off the ground, lift your chest up, so push the floor away from you. Come to the ball of your left foot, so left heel up, and then press those hips up, find that deep arch. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently come back, left hand down, left leg extends up and back. Step your left foot in between the hands, lower your right knee, low crescent lunge, hands interlace on top of that left thigh for a second here. Engage your core, squeeze that right glute, and then lift up out of the hips slightly. Hands come to lower back, fingers up or down. Roll your shoulders back. Roll those elbows back. And then as you bend deeper into your left knee, lift your chest up and back. Inhale. Pull your core in. Exhale, come back through center. Plant your hands. Tuck your right toes. Lift the back knee. And then step your back foot in about a foot. Pyramid pose. Straighten the left leg. Lift the left hip up and back. Hands on blocks or on the ground. And then we try to fold forward. Bend your left knee. Hands extend slightly forward on blocks or on the ground. Supported warrior 3. Right leg lifts towards hip height. Your torso tries to lift towards hip height as well. Exhale, bend your knees into your nose, curl your spine. And then inhale, straighten the back, extend the right leg back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend. Once more, exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend. Left knee bends, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Adjust and settle. Interlace hands behind the back. Try to do the opposite grip that feels natural, so we're switching our grip. Lift your chest up. Press that left knee to the left and fold to the inside of your left leg. Can you bend a little deeper into that left knee? Take a breath in. And exhale, lower your hands towards the ground. Pop up to the ball of your right foot, and then slide your right shin to the top of your mat so that you lower to your seat. Both sit bones down, feet planted, reach forward, inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, and we roll down. Walk your feet in, feet are flat. Pardon me. And then bring your hands up above the head. Fingertips are going to flip to face your shoulders, elbows pointing straight up. Take an inhale, and exhale, lift your tailbone. That's all we're going to do, just lift that tailbone. Feel how that feels, and then lift up the lower back. Lift up the middle back. Lift up so you're on the shoulders. Push into your hands. And then you're either going to keep pushing into the hands, so maybe you can lift your shoulders up and come to the crown of your head. You're going to push into your feet a little bit too here, so it's not all just in the upper body. Push into hands, push into the feet, lift up, and then see if the crown of your head can come to the ground. Now you're not resting on the top of your head, which I see far too often. We are resting on the hands here. We're not even resting, we're activating into the hands. If you can, use your arms, push yourself away from the ground, and then try to pull your chest in between the arms. Wherever you're at, try to stay. So whether you still have your shoulders on the ground, whether you're on the top of your head pushing into your hands, hold and breathe. So option to stay up for one more round, or draw your chin to your chest, bend your elbows, tuck your chin in, lower the crown or the back of the head, the shoulders, middle back, lower back. One more time, and you're just gonna hold wherever you're at. So if you can't lift up all the way, that's okay. You're working on the strength by staying in that bridge position with the arms. Flip your wrists so your fingertips are facing your shoulders, elbows pointing up. Feet are firm. Lift the hips, lift the lower back, lift middle back. Try to get up high on those shoulders. Plant your hands. Push into the ground, and you can either stay here or press so hard you come to the crown of the head. Press all the way up until your arms may be straightened, chest pushing forward in between the arms. It's not just about that upper back body. Can you lift those hips up? Push the chest forward. Breathe. Hold wherever you're at. 2 more breaths. Take an inhale, chin and chest. Exhale, slowly roll down. Shoulders, middle back, lower back. Good. Drop your knees side to side. I have shuffled towards the end of my mat somehow, so if you've done that, shuffle back. Extend your left leg, hug your right knee in. Give it a firm squeeze, take a deep breath in, and exhale, drop the knee towards the left. Open your right arm to the right, supine spinal twist. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Let your back relax. Try to roll your right shoulder to the ground. Take an inhale, and exhale, we come back through center. Release your right leg down. Hug your left knee into the chest. Give it a big squeeze. Drop it over towards the right. Left arm to the left. Try to draw that left shoulder to the ground. And turning the head towards the left, whether it's slightly or all the way, up to you. Come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Give it a little squeeze. Your option, you can either just stay squeezing in, finding a little movement, maybe a rock, or take happy baby. Arms on the inner edges of the legs, hands trying to reach for either the big toes or the outer edges of the feet. I personally like to hold my heels, but again, it's up to you. Maybe ankles is better, right? Stack your feet on top of your knees. Pull the knees towards the ground. Try not to drop your feet, so feet stay stacked directly on top of the knees. And then just notice if this is taking a lot of rounding in your body, or a lift of the head, or a lift of the hips, and then push your pelvis down, pull your shoulders to the ground, and let your head relax behind you. If your head's really far away from the ground, just for next time, you can always place a pillow or a block behind the head. And then gently lower or release your legs. Bottoms of your feet together, knees wide, left hand on belly, right hand resting on the chest. With the eyes closed, settle into your breath and stay here as long as you'd like in your Shavasana.
Thank you so much for joining me this class. We'll see you next one.